Hello everyone, I hope everything is great. So in earlier video of input, we learned different type of input types like input date time, date, month, color as you see in the browser. We already checked these type of input types, right? So today we will learn some more input types available in the HTML. So let's start without wasting time. So I just refresh this page. So as you can see, we are selecting the date from the input type date, and we are selecting the date and time with the date time input type. So same way, if you want only allow user to select the time, then you also have one more input type, which is the input type time. So let's start. What I did, I simply add the label at the 4 and give the 4 as the same of the ID. Select time. Okay, and here I give the input type time and give the ID. Select time. Okay, and here I need to give this ID so that this label refer this input. Okay, save this file, go to browser, refresh, and you can see this way you can allow user to select only the time. When user tap on this, here he can select the hours, and from here he can select the minutes, and also you can select the AM and PM as well with this. Select, so this time will be selected. So this is another input type, and as we give user option to select the date as well as the month from the this box by using the input type month, we can also give user permission to select only the weeks from the available year, right? So for this we have the input type week. First I add the br tag here, and I copy these two lines, and instead of select time I change this to select week. Change the label to select week, and also change the label for attribute, and change the input type from time to week. So this will add the input from where user can select the week. Let me go to browser, refresh, and you can see now we have the select week input field, and if user tap on here, he can select the, by default it select the current week, and if he want he can select different week. He can check for the next month, again next month he can move to the backward this way and select any week. Okay, so this is basically the input type week. Next is the input type tel, that will allow user to select the, or we can say give the only the numeric telephone number in the input field. So what I did, I simply copy these two lines and paste here. Okay, select telephone, telephone. Okay, And for this, we have the input type tel. Save this file, go to browser, refresh. You can see now you are able to see a simple input type that acts like the simple text field. But this input type gives some more features, like when you open this page in the mobile browser, then instead of showing alphanumeric keyboard, this will allow to open the numeric keypad so that user can only enter the numbers here. Now there are different formats are available based on the countries, so you can set that thing as well using the input pattern attribute. We will discuss this thing in the next video, where we discuss the input attributes. We discuss that attribute there. So for now, you just know that there is one another input type tel that will allow user to write the phone number in the input text. Same way, we have one another input type which is the search input by type. So what I did, I copy these two lines, paste here, and here I give the search label and also change this to search and change the input type to search. Go to browser, refresh, and you can see now we have the same input type as we include with the input type text, but this will allow some other UI. Let me, if I'm typing here some text, you can see we have this option available, and if user tap on this, he can reset this complete field. So this is a UI upgradation, and you will set this type of input by using the input type search. Okay. Next input type is available, which is used for entering the URL. So what I did, I copied these two lines, and instead of search, I paste here and URL. Change the ID URL and change the form attribute of label and change the type to URL. Here, if I refresh the page, you can see we will see this input box that is same like the other input box, as we use the select telephone, search, or by default one which is the text. Now if I'm writing this thing, we can do that. Okay, so what is the difference? So the difference of this input type will be seen when we use the input type submit button. What I did, I add the input type submit and give the value submit. Now what happens when we refresh this page and enter some random string here and submit the form, this will not allow us and show the error message, please enter a URL, not the random string. So this will tell browser that this input field must be having a valid URL, not the any random string. Let us try what we did. We add some random URL, maybe xyz.com. Now if I am submit, so this will allow us the submitting the form. As we are not handling the form submit here, so this will just refresh the page and clear all the input fields when we submit this form. So this will ensure that in this input field, user can only enter a valid URL. We will set the patterns here as well and allow user to write a specific URL like without HTTP or without HTTPS. User can enter simply URL with the www.com, and also this will facilitate when you open this page in the mobile browser. What you can see when user like try to type here, so the input the keyboard have the .com button as well. So this will also facilitate as we have the telephone. This will allow user to open the keyboard with the numeric keypad, right? So these are, uh, I think, the all of the input types we have. We discussed all the input types here. In the next video, we discuss the input attributes that can maximize the features of each input types. Like we can give the patterns that will allow user to input a specific pattern value. We can set the minimum, maximum character length. We can set the size of the input type. So we will discuss these type of things in the next video. For this video, that's all. And if you have any question, then comment on this video. And if you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe our channel. For now, that's all. Goodbye.